Check, check. Good evening from the Ice Ranch in Littleton, Colorado. This is Colorado High School Hockey. And tonight's featured matchup is Valor versus the Regis Raiders. We're just underway in this 17-minute first period. I'm Manny Furtado for Shaw Hockey Productions. Thanks for joining us here on this Halloween evening as we get underway. Payos brings it in, picked back up by Rollison, and Rollison's shot goes wide. Puck is over on the far side boards, right in on Bussey. Bussey pushes it back over to the near side boards. Picked off by Buchanan. Buchanan's got it, and he tries to feed it back over to the other side, but it got disrupted there. Picked back up by Kaiser, and Kaiser, the defenseman, settles things. I'm Manny Furtado. I'm joined by Mike Chambers. Mike Chambers with the Denver Post. He's the beat writer for the Colorado Avalanche and the DU Pioneers. Mike, welcome to the booth.
Thanks for having me, Manny.
It's good to have you. We got to do a little bit of the Dog Nation Bowl together, and it's nice to have you back here as Price picks up the puck over on the far side. He tries to dance through Oganiku, and Oganiku cancels out Price. The pass is intercepted there by Ryan Williams, picked right back by Majewski. Majewski's pass goes up through the slot and back out to center, where it's retrieved by Jamison Charles. Jamison Charles has a brother out there, number 16, Carter Charles. He's a forward. Jamison brings it back through center, where he's upended there. The puck is drawn in off sides.
Yeah, I enjoyed our time there at Dog Nation, and obviously I'm no stranger to high school hockey, especially from the Valor side of things.
You, Anthony played, and Anthony is your son, and he is working right now. He's in school right now.
He is. He's in a military prep school in Arkansas, and kid wants to be an officer in the military. He wants to go to West Point, so that's what his focus is.
That is very admirable. I've got a little history there. We'll pick that up a little bit later. Puck is stolen, picked off by Regis. Right in front as dragging it back in was Balapat, and Balapat draws the game's first penalty, and it's going to go up against Valor. So Regis goes on the power play here at the 14:55 mark of this first period.
That was a D-to-D pass, and the guy who was going to take the pass, he had some pressure on him, and he forced a turnover, and then he was forced to hook him from behind there.
So Lloyd goes to the box for a hooking call. This one comes at the 14:55 mark of this first period. So moving the puck back over to the right-hand side. It's picked back up by Bentz. Bentz looks for a lane. He doesn't have it. He sends it back over to Williams and back over to Bentz. Bentz, his shot is deflected off of a boot, and it's Sanis is down there doing some work, but it's lifted up and out and cleared out by Valor. Padilla will pick up the puck back behind Gage Bussey. We should mention Jace Ruth, the number 1 goalie for Valor, number 31, is in to our left, and Gage Bussey to our right. Puck is swept over by Kaiser. Kaiser moves it back over, and it's gloved down nicely and held in by Padilla. Padilla is one of the co-captains here for this Regis squad, and out comes Buchanan. Buchanan with Bentz working in on him, and Buchanan's shot, a short-handed one, takes a little time off the clock, and this one is blasted in by number 12, Jamison Charles. And so Regis with 53 seconds remaining in their first power play in 13:54, the first period. Bringing it in is Sean Holloway. Holloway, one of the leaders of this Regis squad, sends it back up to Oganiku. Oganiku back over to Holloway. Left-hand side as they were looking for Robbie Dembeck. Skipped over Dembeck's stick and gathering in is Carter Schick. Schick is tied up there on the half boards, and the bouncing puck is picked and hoisted out back out to center and all the way down to Bussey's cage. Bussey tips it aside for Oganiku, and here comes Regis with 21 seconds remaining in the power play. It's Dembeck takes center, sends it hard off the end glass, picked up in stride by Schick. Schick down in the far side corner, sweeps it over to Bowers. Bowers can't get to it, and Valor is able to clear it, and that'll just about do it for the game's first power play, Mike.
I'm not sure that Regis got a shot on that power play.
Oganiku tries to move it in. Radek chases it down, but Kaiser gets there first. Kaiser off his backhand, but a weak clearing attempt, and it's picked back up by McCall. McCall feathers one back out to center where it's between Trent Schaefer's boots, and it's picked back up in stride by number 13. That is Ben Romero. He's a junior defenseman, and chasing it down into the far side corner was Kai Oganiku, and a centering feed right in front is covered by Bussey, and he holds for the whistle. So Regis goes 0 for 1 on their first power play.
Not a lot of flow for them. Credit, obviously, Valor for a strong kill there. But, yeah, the first power play isn't much to see.
So Anders Glossinger will take this face-off. This is the fourth line. It's picked back up by Padilla. Padilla reverses, sends it back up the right wing boards and back out to center. Tipped aside by Lloyd. Lloyd was able to get a stick on it, the defenseman, and fighting for it was Glossinger, the senior. Picked up one more time. Number 15 brings it in, and the shot goes wide. That was Jake Filler, and Filler's got he's got an audience, and we'll tell you about that in just a moment. Anyway, the back pass right in front, swept in front and covered. No, picked up again, and Filler scores! Jake Filler gets the game's first goal, making it 1-0 Regis.
Just a rebound in front. It was a shot from in front of the left post, and the puck came out to the right post, and he banged it in.
So Jake Filler, and here we see it on the replay, and there's Filler over on the right-hand side. He's a left-handed stick, and then he sweeps in, and he had a wide-open net, Mike.
Was that his own rebound?
That was not. I think it might have been. He came across the low slot.
It might have been his own rebound, yeah. And so we'll give him 2 points for that, the goal and the
We'll give him an assist on that. There we go. And for Jake Filler, we should mention that this broadcast on behalf of Regis is from Condos and Steamboat. And a quick shot and a bouncing puck up there as Payos put it up high. It was just above Bussey's cage. We'll get back to it in a moment. And again, Payos is looking for the top half of that net. Doesn't find it, sweeping right back. Here comes Regis on the counterattack. That was Dylan Thompson bringing it in. He'll go for a line change. Meanwhile, over on the far side, there's 3 Raiders there, and chasing it down is Dylan Thompson. Moves it back up to the right point. This shot goes through, and Jace Ruth goes down to make a save down to his knees. Mike, we were talking about Jake Filler, and we were talking about the fact that this broadcast is sponsored by Condos and Steamboat, and that's Jake's parents, Kim Filler, and Jake's got a little audience.
Well, yeah, of course, her mother is watching from Australia, right?
That's exactly right.
And I'm sure some folks in Steamboat as well.
That's right. So Sandra, we welcome you to the broadcast. It's about 11 o'clock in Australia, and we're glad to have you join us. And Jake gets you a goal here for the opening tally. And so the faceoff will come to the right of Jace Ruth. And it'll be Robbie Dembeck taking it here for Regis. He's a left-handed stick. Puck goes over to the half boards, and it's bounced hard off the boards, and the fluttering puck ends up in Regis's end. As chasing it down is Ben Romero, but it goes for an icing call, so we'll come back the other way.
You know, that was not a bad clear off the boards by Jake McCall there. Probably not enough hustle by his teammates to chase after it. That normally should not be an icing there.
And having a bird's eye view of that was George Gwozdecki from our telecast. George isn't able to be on the bench. He's quarantining here, so he's not able to watch from the bench as he normally does, and we know he's watching online. We'll pick up the live action, pick back up as Walsh gets tied up in front of the Valor bench, and the puck is moved back over to Bentz. Bentz sends it right in a buddy pass, and going down hard was Carter Schick as he took a lick. Schick calling for the puck right in front. He's got it, gets tied up, loose puck again, and this one, the shot was rejected as coming in was number 13, Ben Romero, from his defensive position. Here comes Valor, but the pass from Kaiser gets picked off and tied up there. Price works it in. He'll send it in off the end boards. And chasing it there, Romero yields, and it bounces off of Romero's backside. He'll tuck it back for safety. And with some time, Romero chases it down. Here comes Fekete on the forecheck. And a couple of Valor players over there. Picking it back up is Walsh. Walsh sends it right in front. as Majewski, that is Cooper Majewski, was looking for that. Number 22, his brother's 24, Jack Majewski. Puck back into Regis's end. Benz sweeps it back up the left half boards, and Lutz is there battling away, but the puck is taken back. And that was Morona, the defenseman, who stepped in, number 11, from his D position. Here comes Caden Blattback. Blattback takes the shot, and it glances off of Jace Ruth's glove. And Blattback's got it back. He guides it over on the side of the circle. Puck comes back out to center. And Charles Throckmorton, we haven't mentioned him yet. He puts it in deep, back behind Ruth's cage. And over on the far side, here comes Carter Charles. He gets banged up. And the puck is picked back up by Fekete. Fekete moves it back over. And over on the left-hand side, here comes Lloyd. And Valor's having a little trouble breaking it out here.
Yeah, they're getting hemmed in a bit. I'm not familiar with the numbers that much, but the 5 guys that are out there right now aren't doing a very good job.
They're having a little challenges. Here comes Regis. Regis brings it right back in, and the defenseman Throckmorton puts it in. He goes for a line change. Puck on the side of the cage, a little miscommunication, and a good forecheck by Regis keeps the puck alive in the Valor zone. Stepping in from his deep position, but he can't get there is Oganiku. And coming away with it is Fekete, but offsides as he tumbled was Logan Buchanan, number 8. Oh, that's number 18. That's Ben Larson. Sometimes you see those sleeve numbers.
And those are the Eagle jerseys, right?
That is. You've got the...
Are they doing that throughout the fall season?
I don't know what jerseys they'll be wearing, and this is the first time that we've seen Regis in their white jerseys, trimmed out in their familiar red, the Regis Raiders. And Regis puts it back in as Trent Schaefer does a backhand, and being pretty active down there was Ruth back behind the cage. Puck is over on the left-hand sideboards, intercepted, and a shot from point, and it glanced off of Ruth and right on the cage. Regis continues to put pressure, and they are punishing Valor right now as Valor is working to get it out. That's Jamison Charles over on the far side as he leaves it there for Hirschfeld. Hirschfeld tries to get it in deep, but a nice glove down by Regis at the blue line. And the puck is held into the neutral zone, pushed back in. Here comes the forecheck. It's Brody Sanis. Sanis, number 7 on the forecheck, chasing down his man. But wheeling away is Payos. Payos staying on side is Rollison. Payos with Rollison in the middle. And Payos tries to jam it in over on the far side. Payos picks it back up. He's got Buchanan down on the edge of the circle. Guides it back up to Payos. Winds. Here's the shot. And Bussey sees it the whole way as he redirects it over into the far side. Fighting for it is Rollison. Has his pocket picked by Gleason. And here comes Regis. Regis is able to get it back out to the Valor end, where it's picked back up by McCall. McCall sets up behind Ruth, and now he surveys. It goes for the long pass. It goes to Payos. Payos sweeps one back over to Rollison, but he overskates, and Sanis picks back up the puck and flutters it right back in. Number 4 picking it back up is Kaiser. The defenseman finds his partner, McCall. McCall shakes off the check of Gleason, not once but twice, and Gleason continues putting good pressure on Rollison, battling for it, moves it back up the half boards, and it's knocked off the stick of Payos, and the bouncing puck over on the far side. This is the top line here for Valor, and they have some challenges too getting it out as Regis has come to play this evening. Romero sweeps it back up over to Thompson. Thompson loses it, and it's picked right back up, and here comes Owen Walsh. Walsh looks for a pass right in the middle as he had Majewski in his sights, but he couldn't get it to him, and Lloyd one-hands it through center as he wheels, finds Walsh. Walsh centering feed again goes off of a Regis boot, and the puck is poked back out to the Regis end. Dembeck on the march. Here comes the shot, and he just misses as it goes up and over the glove of Ruth. And all the way down as Padilla pokes it free as he sends it back up the left wing boards. Dembeck was there, but stepping in one more time was number 17, the defenseman, Throckmorton. Puck comes back over to the left-hand side, and a big check as Padilla, the co-captain and senior, levels number 12. That's Jamison Charles. Charles trying to bring it in. Here comes Majewski, back over to Charles. Charles thinks about it. Majewski's got it. Jack Majewski back to Jamison Charles, puts it back down low. Price meets the puck. Padilla's there, puts a body into him. Meanwhile, puck is stripped off of Valor's stick, and the puck comes back over to the near side. At center ice, and Dembeck takes a heavy check. Meanwhile, puck comes back in, and Regis, the centering feed to Holloway, misses the mark. Right back over on the right-hand side, and hustling in from off the bench is Lutz. Lutz keeps the puck in Valor's end, but Price has time. Price reverse checks Lutz. Meanwhile, puck is picked back up by Oganiku. Oganiku guides it up to Lutz. Lutz glances off his shoulder, misses this check, but is able to move the puck up. McCall's got it. McCall fluttering shot, never got out. Lutz is there. Lutz puts it back in. McCall on his backhand. He's got one man on him. That was Blackbat. Puts it over into the far side, touched up on the net.
We got a penalty here. We got a high stick.
And we've got Nicholas Bowers introducing himself.
You know, you mentioned Mr. Padilla. Has that family been playing at Regis like for the last 6 or 7 years, it seems like? He's got to have brothers.
He must, but I'm not the historian on him.
It just seems like I've heard the Padilla name quite often over the past 5 or 6 years.
So here's a power play opportunity for Regis, and this one comes at the 4:34 mark.
We got Valor on the power play.
Excuse me, Valor on the power play, and Rollison. For Valor, they've got their top line out there with Rollison, Buchanan. Rollison chasing it down, but Padilla is able to get a stick on it. He sends it the length of the ice. And you've got Payos as well as Kaiser and McCall. So McCall gives a little head fake, and he finds Rollison on the right-hand side. Rollison with some time sends it back over to Payos, and Payos weaves his way through center, takes the line. Payos, edge of the circle, looking right in front as he had Buchanan. And Buchanan goes tumbling and knocks the net off the moorings.
It's kind of like the first power play of the game. Nothing going on quite yet.
Not yet. And I'm trying to see who we have in the box for Regis. And I don't know if that was Bowers. It was Lutz. Carter Lutz. And so Lutz didn't take well to that check, I guess. I was looking for a little retribution. And so there is Regis. Regis is able to send the puck the length of the ice, and with 1:13 remaining, McCall pivots. McCall up through center, drops it back off, and here comes Payos. Evan Payos is able to take it wide right, and he takes it around as Oganiku puts a stick on him. Payos gets tied up, and Oganiku has the puck and is able to advance it over to the left-hand side as he finds Brody Sanis. Sanis is shot as he used McCall as a screen, and he just misses the top half of the net. And with 43 seconds remaining in the power play, Payos thinks about it, and then he puts one on. Bounces hard off the end glass, and it's picked right back up by Kaiser. Kaiser, nice job at the line to keep it in play. Payos back over. Rollison right off the edge of his stick. Just misses. And that was the best opportunity that Valor's had thus far. Rollison sends it back over to Payos, tied up. Oganeku's there. And Buchanan lends a shoulder. Meanwhile, Lloyd holds the wall nicely. And Buchanan is there on the wall as well. Kaiser has it, spinning the shot right on target. Bussey makes the save. And Romero tries to clear it. He's able to get it out. And with 2 seconds remaining in the power play, we have, I believe,
too many men, it looks like.
Another penalty, and this is going to be too many men. Good call. So too many men on Valor. And this comes at the 2:35 mark of this first period.
That was a great chance by Payos. Everybody knows he can shoot the puck, but he really made a nice pass there to Mr. Rolston, and Valor nearly tied it up.
So going to the box for Valor is Lloyd, and with 1 second remaining in the Regis penalty, Lutz will be back on the ice, giving Regis a minute 59 power play here. And so Coach Dan Woodley is having a conversation with the referees. And we're ready to go here. So the face-off in front of Valor's bench. And Fekete, Majewski, and Owen is out there, along with Jamison Charles. Regis with the shot, and it misses wide right. Puck is held up by Bentz. Bentz guides it back over to the wall. Bentz now takes his deep position, and Sanis sends it back up high to Bentz. Bentz sweeps it back over to the right-hand side. Padilla has it. Padilla, the defenseman and senior, sends it back over to Bentz. Bentz works it back down low. Sanis, and it goes through everybody. Picked back up by Padilla. Padilla works it back over to the left-hand side. Bentz draws him in, back to Padilla, and the pass is picked off. Stick check from behind, and a loose puck over on the far side, but a nice defensive play as Fekete got back. Jace Ruth had an active stick, and he needed to have it down low. As we look at the replay, there was a stick check, and the man all alone in front. But coming over, and it was actually Jace Ruth who moved over from right to left, and he knocked that net off the moorings on his own. So with 1:21 remaining in Regis's power play, the puck is sent the length of the ice, and Bussey holds it there. Bussey makes a play to his defenseman Padilla. Sanis works past McCall, but the puck is picked back up by Buchanan, and Buchanan floats one down to Bussey's end. 1 minute exactly in the power play, 1:32 remaining in the period. Here comes Bentz. Bentz, the senior co-captain, and his pass is picked off, and Bentz goes over to make a play, but it's Buchanan who comes up with it. He finds Payos. Payos working, and Payos tries to jam it in on the far side. And a nice play is Bussey as he comes up big, and he keeps it a one-goal game.
Logan Buchanan on the forecheck, on the PK, he gets the puck. He dishes to Payos. That's just a really good play by Mr. Buchanan, who I know well because of his older brother Blake, played with my son.
And you watch, once again, Sergio Padilla makes a heck of a play on Payos, and he puts a body in on him. So with 41 seconds, Regis wins a defensive zone faceoff with 38 seconds remaining in their power play. Regis begins to move it out down the left-hand side as they find Bowers. Bowers cross-ice dump in. Chasing it down first is Owen. Owen is able to get it past the outstretched stick of Oganiku. And with 23 seconds remaining in the power play, Oganiku shows some patience. Slides it back over to Dembeck. Dembeck works through center. He's got Rollison on his backside over to Bowers, and Bowers has to retreat. Puck is moved back over to Schick. Schick's got Dembeck there. Right to Dembeck. Yeah. Shot, scores, goal! And Dembeck makes it 2-0 Regis from Carter Schick. Power play goal, 2-0.
Just a really well-played 2-on-1 here. And number 5 for Regis, he just taps it in. That's how good this 2-on-1 is. Yeah, that's a good-looking play.
And so the power play goal is scored. You can see it on the replay there as Jace Ruth was over to one side of the net as he was playing that pass. And that was, you can't draw it up any better than that, can you?
I kind of want to see that replay again, because if the Valor defender was taken with the guy with the puck, then the goalie should have played that pass.
And there was a man on his backside. We'll try and pick it up a little bit in just a little bit. We've got, and the puck goes back over to Jace Ruth. Ruth holds it back to McCall, and McCall slides it back over to Majewski. Majewski back over down the left-hand boards, and with 8 seconds remaining in the period, the bouncing puck falls to the skates of Jace Ruth. And it's hoisted up, and there's the buzzer signaling the end of the first period. Stay with us. We won't have an ice make, I believe, until after the second period. So we have a 2-goal game. And Mike, your thoughts on that first period?
Regis deserves it. They deserved the 2-0 lead. They scored on the power play. They scored early on even strength. Valor couldn't get much going on the power play, but I'd say the grade A chances are in Regis's favor, and again, they deserve that 2-0 lead right now.
So if we look at Regis's team stats, Regis has been very slow to start this year. They've, out of their 25 goals, only 3 have come in the first period. And a majority of their goals, they're a second period team. As for Valor, Valor's pretty evenly spread out between first, second, and third period. So this is a little bit different. Mike, the last time these two teams met, Valor won 1-0. It was close.
I was there, yeah.
And Valor has won every matchup this year, including the Twisted Wrister early tournament.
How many has that been? Is that 4 or 5?
I believe it is, might be 3 games thus far.
Three.
So
yeah, I was at that game, state semifinal last year at the Pepsi Center. Enjoyed that very much, and I know my son did as well. You know, losing to these guys in 2018 in the state championship, that was a night that I'll never forget. That was some tough stuff. We did win the Fall League championship, beat Regis in the Fall League, but losing that Chassa state title game in 2018 surely hurt.
Well, these two teams have a storied history, and with George Wozdecki and Dan Woodley, Woodley in his 16th year with 6 state championships.
Two great coaches, 2 great programs. It's just good to see hockey in south of Denver strive like this. It really is.
And as we get ready here for this second period, these two teams, and these are the only 2 games that these two teams will play versus each other, at least in this Colorado Prep Hockey League. We are ready for the second period, and the puck is down. And for Valor, the top line is out there. Chasing the puck down over on the far side is Throckmorton, as he's got Payos on him, and stepping in was Rollison. Rollison on the wall is able to hold it in, and right on the doorstep is Payos down low. And Payos guides it back over to the right-hand side. McCall's shot glances off at Dembeck's boots. Meanwhile, puck is down in the corner, and looking for it is Padilla. Puck is moved back over by Buchanan. Buchanan holds it there. Edge of the circle, that's Payos. And back over to Kaiser. Kaiser leaves it for Buchanan. Buchanan with a man on him, tucks it back behind Rollison, and the give and go is intercepted and pushed back over to the far side half boards. Picked up by McCall. Kaiser looks, finds Payos down low, back up high. McCall's got it. McCall punches it back down below where Rollison finds it, and Rollison with Padilla chasing him. Meanwhile, back over to Payos. Payos, edge of the circle, takes the shot. It was a flyer, goes up and over Bussey's cage. Shot from back up high. Dembeck's got the puck, and with some patience as he finds Carter Schick. Schick taking off the puck nicely by Kaiser, and the puck is, here comes Valor. Valor keeps the pressure on. The shot in on Bussey, and he makes and holds for the whistle.
Valor's best shift of the game by far. They controlled play for what? Are we playing 17-minute periods?
17-minute periods.
That was a minute 15-second shift, and that was all Valor.
I almost had to look up there and see if we were on a power play.
Yeah. I was thinking that as well.
We might have missed it. So here comes Sanis' line out there for Regis, and the shot at the point gets deflected, and here comes Thompson. Thompson's got a man. He's got Gleason on the right in front, and he takes the shot, and Ruth makes the save. As Andrew Gleason was looking for it, Dylan Thompson, the senior, takes the shot on the left-hand side. Here it is on the replay. And from your view, you can see this, and there's the defenseman, and the defenseman makes the move back over. And right in front was Gleason, but a nice play by Ruth. And he keeps it a 2-goal game. Puck is stripped back out by Valor, and on the march is number 14, Walsh, has it taken off of his stick. Majewski gets boarded into the near side half boards. Meanwhile, puck is back over in the Regis end. Regis tries to work it up, and Jack Majewski, with some hustle down there, kept it alive momentarily. Picked back up by Aiden Owen. Owen back up to Price. Majewski's there. Majewski picks up the loose puck, and he puts a shot in on Bussey, but Bussey comes up big again. Meanwhile, chasing it back down was Aiden Owen. He puts it into the corner, and from his deep position, Aiden Owen back, works out of the corner, has it tipped off his stick. Chasing it down was Walsh. Walsh with a stick check, but Sanis is able to get enough on it, and he sends it the length of the ice to Ruth. Ruth holds it there, and he sends it back over to the near side where Charles sweeps it back over to the far right-hand side, escapes the zone as Romero, the defenseman, finds the safety back at the Regis end. Long pass to Lutz and just off sides.
Well, he was a foot or so inside the blue line. If it would have counted, he would have had another pretty much 2-on-0 because the D was in the middle there and his teammate was on the left wing. So that could have been real dangerous for Valor there.
So the faceoff comes back to the right-hand side of Gage Bussey. And stepping in to take this one is Fekete, number 20. And he's a right-handed stick going up against Sanisline, and Fekete wins this one. Back up to Kaiser. Kaiser works it down the wall, finds Majewski down low. Majewski has it taken off his stick, and back up to the right-hand point. McCall's got it, and his long shot bounces hard off the inboards. And as he had Majewski, and here's a windup, and teed up that one was Kaiser. Kaiser got all of that, but a nice glove save by Gage Bussey.
You know, that blue line pairing of 25, my buddy Jake McCall and Mr. Kaiser, both of those guys got some bombs. They can shoot the puck.
And speaking of that, Valor has 3 defensemen that are right up there in the scoring for Valor, and we'll touch on that in just a minute. Here comes Kaiser. Kaiser puts the puck down into the corner, and bodied up over on the corner is, I believe that is Rollison. Rollison, and the puck comes back over in front of the Regis bench where McCall's got it with Lutz watching him. Lutz ties his man up. That's McCall. McCall's able to get enough on the stick, and it's poked back in a defensive maneuver by Buchanan. Buchanan picks it nicely off the wall and is able to get it out to center. Padilla can't get to it, as holding him off was Bowers nicely. And the puck, here comes Bowers. Bowers pickpocketed by Payos, and Payos works back behind the cage as he's got Schaefer on his backside. He's able to move it back over to Buchanan. Buchanan almost taken out there by number 16 Schaefer. Puck has moved back up, and here comes Regis. Glances off of Blattbat, and just on the wrong side of the red line there for an icing call.
13:21 into the second period. Valor's playing a lot better in the second than they did in the first.
And again, Fekete with Majewski in the slot area. Majewski jumps in off the faceoff. Charles chases down. Padilla sweeps it back over to the near side. And it's swept back up by Throckmorton. And Throckmorton is able to get it back out. And the icing call, I believe, is called there. I thought they might wave it off, as chasing it down was Nicholas Morona, the defenseman. And so we'll do it again from the same spot. And again, Padilla, he'll line up against the wall. He's got Fekete. And for Regis, this is the 3rd consecutive face-off, same spot. Padilla's got the puck, thinks about it. He gets tied up and double-teamed, and over on the far side is Cooper Majewski. Stepping in is Fekete. Fekete takes it back up the wall, reverses, sends it back down. Majewski looking for a man right in the middle and right in the low slot, but he got tied up, and Lloyd, the defenseman, stepping well in from this point, is able to keep the puck alive. Lloyd makes a nice little move, puts one on, and it's sticked by Bussey and up into the netting. Whistle there.
Regis is on their heels now. They either ice the puck or can't get it out. So Valor's in an excellent position right now to cut the 2-0 lead in deficit in half. Excuse me.
So we've got our 4th consecutive, and this time it's Hirschfeld. We haven't seen Hirschfeld yet this year for Valor, and puck is picked back up by Oganiku, the defenseman, and has a man on his backside, but he's able to effectively move the puck all the way out. Aiden Owen with some hustle picks it back up, and then has some time as Carter Schick was holding up on the forecheck, and the puck escapes back out to center. Dembeck makes a nice move and punches it right back in. Glancing over his right shoulder is Jamison Charles. Charles on his forehand looks for a lane, but he finds his defensive partner, Aiden Owen. Owen with some presence, bangs it off the boards. It escapes through Williams, and That goes for an icing call as well.
I really don't like that play. I really don't like that ice because the puck goes through the kid's legs, and he was trying to swat at the puck. It just bounced a little bit. It goes right through his legs. I don't think that should be icing, but
I can tell you in men's league it is not icing.
Yeah. Play on.
So Blackbat will take it, and Blackbat will take this one for Regis. And he works to win it back, but he splits the D, and now Oganiku has to chase down, and an interference call is coming on Williams. So Williams takes an interference call, and Valor will have their second power play of the game.
Owen Walsh, he makes a good play. He splits two Regis players, and number 6 takes him down.
So this is the second power play of the game for Valor. And let's see, the line that is put on the ice by Valor is going to be their second line. That's Jack Majewski, number 24. He's out there with Price. And along with Price is Jamison Charles. So Jamison Charles steps up from what he's playing a D position now. Puck bounces over Lloyd's stick, and fighting forward is Price. Price needs a little bit of help there. And the puck comes back to Valor's end, where Lloyd, the defenseman, marches through center, and he's forced wide, but he gets the puck in deep into the near side corner. Jack Majewski pokes it free and picked back up by Price. Here's a quick cross-ice pass as it came from Aiden Owen as he was looking for Majewski down low, back up to Price. Price's shot as he hits a stick and never really got it through cleanly. Aiden Owen holding it down, puts it back behind the cage, and chasing it down is Jack Majewski. Price puts it back into the near side corner. Majewski with a man on his backside, that's Padilla, but rescuing the puck and coming right back in was Charles. Back up high, Lloyd draws him in, and he sends it back down low. Bottom of the circle, working it back up was Majewski. Majewski in the slot area. This one, the bouncer goes up and over, and a second opportunity picked up, and the puck not cleared as the long stick of Lloyd again keeps it alive. Lloyd steps in. Padilla sends it back out in a nice area pass. Who's going to get there first? And tipping it aside was Aiden Owen. Owen takes Gleason into the end boards, and a 4-man pileup ensues. Price, the 5th man, is able to chisel it out. He picks it back up in front of the Zam boards, kicks it to his stick and back over to the left-hand side. Buchanan sends it in. Price has been out there a long time. Price back down on the far side corner as he yields, picked right back up by Kaiser. Kaiser, the defenseman, back over to Payos. Payos up high. Kaiser, top of the circle, runs into some traffic, maintains possession, back over to McCall, bounces over his stick, picked back up by Rollison. Rollison to McCall. The shot gets caught up in a Regis player, and it's cleared the length of the ice. And with 1 second remaining in the power play, the puck is played by Ruth. Puck is moved back over to the right-hand side, and a big check there by number 15 is stepping in from his D position. Down in the far side corner, McCall puts a body on his man, and McCall is able to send it back over to Payos. Payos, with one stride, escapes traffic and is able to get it back up to center ice, but unable to control it was Buchanan. Back over to Kaiser. Kaiser has it knocked off his stick by Thompson. McCall recovers. Back over to the right-hand side. Kaiser back over to Rollison. Here comes Buchanan. Buchanan's got a man in the middle, but stepping back in a big defensive play for Regis was number 14, Dylan Thompson. That was a 3-on-1, Mike.
Yeah, I want to go back to the Valor power play. That second unit was so good at controlling the puck. The first unit, when it got on there was only 24 seconds left in the power play. So right there, it just shows you that Valor has 2 capable power play units, and that just speaks to their talent.
And they've got some depth there. Here comes the hustling Raddick, but he can't get there in time for the whistle. 8:52 remaining in this second period, 2-0. Regis leads on Filler's first period goal and Dembeck's first period power play goal, making it 2-0. That's where we stand if you joined us late. Fekete takes the faceoff, going up against Raddick. Puck is held in by Lloyd. Lloyd works past Slutz, works it down low. The defenseman squares up, sends one right into the slot areas. He was looking for Fekete, but it got tipped and never got through to him. Lutz on the forecheck, picks it up, but he's bodied into the corner nicely by Majewski. Majewski with the puck. That's Cooper Majewski. Makes a nice little play to make one miss, and he's able to headman the puck back up. Fekete isn't able to move it there. Charles steps in and lays a check, and in front of the Valor bench, there's a pile up of 5 players. Digging the puck out was Fekete, but Dembeck comes back in and is able to take it back and send it back into the Valor end.
Another ice by Regis. Valor's playing well. They really are. But obviously, 0 for 2 on the power play now. But again, they're playing well, and Regis is on their heels.
And so another face-off in the Regis end, and this time Hirschfeld will take it. Hirschfeld's out there with Glossinger and Larson. And off the face-off, it's won by Regis. And a nice play by Padilla as he took the brunt of that check, but he was able to get the puck back over. That puck bouncing in this mid-second period. There's a lot of snow on the ice here. And you saw it just tumble. Dembeck steps in and keeps the play alive. Puck picked back over to Carter Schick, and Schick's back over to Dembeck, and his shot in on Ruth, and Ruth makes a nice save.
I'm not sure how many shots the Raiders have this period, but that was one of the only ones. And it was a hard shot. It just goes right in the goalie's chest, but that was one of the few chances Regis has had this period.
So we should mention, with Gwozdecki out, Max Starr is leading Valor on the bench. He's also out there with Ian Glupker, and Dylan Wheeler is out there. Dylan Wheeler. I know Dylan from years past at the Arvada Hockey Association.
I know Dylan and his family very well. I'm very glad to see Dylan on the bench. He was a goalie for a year, I think, when Anthony came over from AAA and joined Valor, and he was the team captain as a goalie.
You don't see that too often.
What a kid.
Here we go. Back to the live action with 7:35 remaining in this second period. Regis leads 2-0, but Valor has come on strong this second period. Padilla pokes it back in, chased down by Kaiser. Kaiser holds it up there looking for an outlet pass, and it's a bank pass right on the mark. Here comes Payos. Payos, a little nifty play in the backhander right in. Takes an extra swat at Bussey, but Bussey had the side of the cage covered.
Evan Payos, talented. He's just a little bit above everybody else, it seems like, at this level. He's a good one.
Well, and Payos is up at the top of the scoring sheet for Valor. After 7 games, he's got 6 goals, 3 assists. He's got 9 points. Right behind him is Jack Majewski, and Majewski's got 8 points. Speaking of Majewski, he steps in to take the faceoff, and Majewski uses his body nicely, keeps the puck back over to Lloyd, and it was almost tipped on by a Regis defender. Picked back up by Lutz. Lutz reversing, sends it back up the right wing boards. Again, Lloyd with a good stick keeps it alive, and the puck is moved all the way back to the captain, Bentz. Bentz moves it back over, but he sends it into the referee, and Regis now sweeps it out as they need some relief all the way back to Ruth's cage. Ruth finds Price, and again, picked up nicely by Lloyd. Lloyd thinks about it, and he finds Walsh. Walsh moves from left to right, back over to Price. Price, as he's watched by Bentz. Bentz gets there first, but nice play by Price as he's able to put it right in front. And a scramble in front, and Bussey has to make the save.
Yeah, that was a rebound right there in front of the left post if you're the goalie, right post if you're a Valor attacker. There it goes. Good opportunity to punch it in. But the goalie smothers it.
And for Majewski, he didn't give up on that. And you thought Bussey was going to make that save easily, but there was an opportunity there. But the score remains 2-0 with 6:31 remaining in this second period. Fekete off the faceoff with Radek back up high. Here's the shot, and it's guided over to the near side corner boards. Battle for it there. Continuing to work free. Over on the far end is Oganiku. Oganiku finds an outlet. It's straight up the gut. Back over to the right-hand side. Here comes Radek. Radek works his way past the man, and he puts a shot on the side of the cage, and converging there are a couple of Raiders.
Really good play by Aiden Owen there. He looks like a miniature Cole Cavey, who was number 7 a right shot D as well. My son's best friend, Cole, now playing in Minnesota.
Yeah, he is.
I don't know how to say that school. Gustavius Adolphus or whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to leave that one to you.
I think that's out, but number 7 does look like young Cole Cavey for sure.
Jamison Charles is able to move the puck over back up high, and a dangerous pass there, but puck comes back out to the safety of center, where a battle right in front of our camera ensues. And challenging there is Owen. Owen has it stripped off his stick, and Williams, the defenseman, and he ventures from his D position, but he's able to put the puck in and hold it down into the corner and gives Regis a chance for a line change inside the Zam corner. And here comes a penalty, and this one's going to go on number 12. Number 12 for Jamison Charles, the defenseman. So Charles takes Valor's 3rd penalty of the game. And this goes for a cross check. And it comes here at the 5:27 mark. And so this is not what Valor needed. Valor wanted to get out of this period, and now they've given Regis and the top line out there, Holloway, a power play with 5:27 remaining in this second period.
I don't know if we're going to get a replay on that, but very, very unneeded penalty. There was a fight for the puck against the boards, and Charles did not need to throw that cross check to a player who is not involved.
And so here comes Regis, a little head fake there, and the puck is moved back over to Holloway. Holloway tries to work past McCall, and Kaiser comes in for good measure. Meanwhile, Regis is able to hang on to the puck into the half boards, and a six-man pile up. Puck goes down low. Schick in on McCall, but with time over on the far side is Payos. Payos has it stripped off his stick, and Regis moves it back over to the half boards. Back down low. Regis tries to move it back up along the wall, but it is tipped and is cleared by Payos as he's able to get it out. Puck is bounced off the boards, but the entry play is disrupted, and here comes Payos shorthanded. Payos over on the left-hand side tries to take it into the middle, but not being fooled was the Regis defender. And coming back out is Holloway. Holloway this time has Schick. Schick back down into the corner, challenges Kaiser, but Kaiser is able to hold him off and move the puck back to his D partner, McCall, who sails it with 43 seconds remaining in the power play. And here comes Regis. Regis down the right-hand side and looking for the entry, but right at the blue line, and a tough play to make. It's gathered back in by Sanis, and Sanis, it's reversed over to the far side. The defenseman, Padilla takes a check, is able to get it in deep, but Owen is the first one there. Padilla comes in for a big check, takes his man down, and continues to battle as Aiden Owen is taken down to the ice a couple of times. This time Price has time, but a nice knee by Bentz, and Bentz is able to keep it alive. Rollison is there. Rollison gathers it back in, and this time he banks it off the boards. And he I thought it might be icing,
yeah,
but
the power play just expired.
Had just expired, so close enough. Bentz holds it there with 3:16 remaining in the second period, enjoying a 2-goal lead, something this Regis squad has not enjoyed versus Valor. This time dancing through center, and a nice play by Dylan Thompson as Thompson works his way into the Valor end and puts a shot in on Ruth. Ruth had to be alert there as Thompson comes in. Thompson switches, and he moves it back over, and nice play by Ruth as he makes a paddle save. So Caden Blattback will take this face off. He's got Lutz in the slot, and he's got Bowers out there with him, number 22. There's a matching 22, and that is Majewski. Cooper Majewski sends it back over to the near side. Puck comes back up through center, held up nicely by Oganiku as he holds his man off. Oganiku's only a sophomore, but he's got some good size, and he's got a good stick out there as well. Meanwhile, trying to pool cue the puck free is Charles. And Charles, the defenseman, is able to get it back out to center, touched up with one stick, kicked aside, and Lutz comes in, but Fekete settles. Fekete works his way through center, and he gets checked not once, but twice, the first time by his own man. Majewski working his way into the Regis, and Oganiku's there. Oganiku holds his man off and is able to put it back out to center. Chasing it right back down is Jamison Charles. 1-on-3, and the good forecheck by Regis. And the puck is kept alive, and it's held in nicely, but there's a whistle.
That might have been a Regis collision between two guys. But he's all right, he skates off.
And so the faceoff is going to come in front of Woodley's bench. Aiden Raddick, the sophomore, will step in to take the faceoff versus the senior Anders Glossinger, and Raddick wins it. And Regis punches it back down into the far side corner. Owen is there. Puck is moved back up the right wing boards, and stepping back was Charles. Intercepting was Schaefer. Schaefer's shot whistles through. Puck comes back up the right-hand side. Romero puts it back into the Zam corner. Lloyd has it. Lloyd, one-handed, does a nice job to hold his man off. And the puck is held up along by Schaefer. Hirschfeld is there. Puck is swept back by Glossinger and back over to Owen. Puck comes back out to center, and there is Hirschfeld looking for a break, but Benz disrupts and is able to put the puck with 1:30 remaining right back into Valor's end. Moving back up the wall, here comes Owen. Owen weaves through center, sends it off the boards, and giving chase there is number 18, Ben Larson. Larson on the forecheck, but the puck is reversed on him, and it comes up the right wing boards. Cross-ice feed, McCall chases. Stepping in is Schaefer on the forecheck. McCall sensing it, guides it back over to Kaiser. Kaiser banks it off the boards. Who gets there first? Touched up and recovered by Schick. Schick moves it back over to the near side, but losing the puck only momentarily. Gathering it back in, chopped at and put right back into Valor's end. Kaiser has time with Dembeck closing. Kaiser holds it up there. Schick provides some assistance, and the bounce play off the net, or excuse me, off the cage, and it's hoisted back into the netting. Whistle there.
45 seconds to go here. There's another 17 minutes after that, but Valor needs to get on the board.
And off the faceoff, puck comes back up to the point, but fanning on it, there was Oganiku, as Rollison was pressing on him, and the hands are shown by Woodley as he makes a nice little catch there over on the Regis bench.
Valor's got their top line out there. We got 38 seconds to see if they can get anything going here in this period.
So they're going up against the top line for Regis, and there's Holloway trying to win the faceoff forward. Payos has it. Payos works past Dembeck. He puts it into the Regis end, picks it back up, and shuffles it back behind the cage. Buchanan is there, leaves it for Rollison. Rollison tries to send it back into the center. Rollison picks it back up. Kaiser off the right boot, puts it back down to a waiting Payos. Payos with Oganiku on him, and Regis puts the puck up the right wing boards, but not out. Dembeck has time as he turns and he slams it the length of the ice. He ices it with 7 seconds remaining in the period.
That's an ill-advised ice right there for Regis. It was like he was on the PK and he just wanted to dump it down. Got to make a play on that. Otherwise, we're giving Valor a face-off in the offensive zone with 7.2 seconds to go.
So Payos is a right-handed stick. He's got Buchanan up against the wall. McCall up high, wins it back. Buchanan steps in, takes his shot up and over the cage. Picking it back up is the defenseman. Kaiser works it through, and with 1 second, there it is, and the last shot by McCall wouldn't have counted. After 2 full periods, 2-0, Regis leads Valor, and I think we'll have an ice making back. Mike, your thoughts?
Well, I think Valor outplayed Regis for the most part of that period, but they're still down 2-0. They're 0 for 2 on the power play. Regis has a power play goal, but I think Valor just needs 1, and I think if they get 1, they'll probably get 2.
So the next goal you're saying is important here. If Regis gets it and goes up 3-0, Valor could be in trouble.
I really like that top line though. They can play. My buddy Logan O'Connor and Payos and Rollison. I really like that group, and I really like Jake McCall, who was a freshman when my son was a senior. And it's kind of an interesting story. The McCall family are from Saskatchewan. So my son, right after he graduated, he went up to play in Humboldt and Weyburn, Saskatchewan. And so the McCalls were like just so excited for us because he went to go play at Sask. But great family. I'm really happy to see Jake. I know he was an all-stater last year, but just a great family, and I know a really good kid.
There's a lot of history here between these two teams, a lot of hockey. So with that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back for the third and final period. Manny Furtado along with Mike Chambers. Thanks for watching. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. back. Mike, we're listening to a little bit of Weezer here just to round out the Zam break. We're just about ready to go here.
I like it. I like the music. It's going to calm me down for my second, or actually the third period of the first game I've ever done TV analyst.
There you go. You're doing a great job. Glad to have you here. So here we go with third period. I'm Manny Furtado along with Mike Chambers here for Regis versus Valor. And Regis leads 2-0, and so we've started this third and final period on fresh ice. Sanis sends a backhander in, but McCall recovers back over to Kaiser. Kaiser works it up the wall to Walsh, and Regis takes the puck back. And a little tip play there, and chasing it down is Gleason. Gleason on the backside of Kaiser, but Kaiser's able to make a nifty backhander. Price sends it back over to Kaiser, and Kaiser in front of Jace Ruth's cage. Glove down by Regis right at the line. That was Ben Romero, and Romero's wind up and takes a shot from the half boards, and that had a chance.
Not much of a fan of the shift for Valor because they had the puck on the wing. They had a break. Oh.
And right in front is Thompson, and Thompson was left all alone, and Jace Ruth makes a huge save to keep it a 2-goal game.
Mr. Ryder Price had the breakout on the right wing, and he had time and space, and instead he threw it backwards to one of the Ds, and the closest D was not where he was throwing it. So, yeah, that was a near miss. Regis had a couple of good opportunities after that failed breakout.
And we talked about it, that this next goal is going to be huge. Is it going to be Regis, or is Valor going to make it a 1-goal game?
I think Valor just wants to keep this or play a north-south game and not make those plays on the breakout to where you're throwing the puck backwards too much.
Rollison on that shot. Lloyd chops at it, puts it back in, and fighting for it is Williams. Williams along the half boards and is able to get it back out to center ice as Dembeck has it. Dembeck holding off Buchanan and is able to put a backhander in on Ruth. Ruth puts it over into the far side corner. Schick on the forecheck. And check there by Buchanan as he puts his man down. And meanwhile, it's Lloyd with the puck. Back over to Rollison. Bounces off his stick. Picked back up by Payos. And Payos, little sidestep move there, but he gets upended. Stepping in from the deep position is Charles. Puck comes back out to the center. Buchanan chops at it, is able to move it back to Payos. Payos holds up there as he draws in 2 Regis forecheckers. Puck is moved back over. Rollison Collin receives it, but Padilla is right there as he was right on the mark. Meanwhile, back behind the cage, chasing it down was Balapat. Balapat, the centerman, giving his defensive some help, and Holloway comes away with the puck. He finds Lutz. Lutz back over the logo, the Littleton logo, and over onto the near side corner, and it's picked back up, and here comes Valor. Valor tries to get things moving as Rollison's got the pucks, guides it back over to Charles, and Charles with the puck back behind him can't pick it up. Bowers has time, and with 14:30 remaining in this third period, sends a pass, goes way past the man, and drawing a icing call back to in front of Bussey's cage.
Like I said a little bit ago, I think that north-south game, that's what Valor basically did a lot in the second period. And I just think if they're pushing the puck back instead of going north-south, I think it hurts them.
So off the face-off, and Bentz is bodied up into the corner. Fekete with it. Fekete tries to work his way past Radek, maintains control. Fekete works over on the edge of the circle, but he gets tied up there by his man, comes away with it. He's got a man in the middle. Fekete drives it to the cage, and it's jammed up. Shot, goal, scores! And it's picked back up by, on the fourth line. That is number 16. That's Carter Charles, third line, and the senior makes it 2-1.
Here's the replay. We got a shot on net. You know, that's kind of hard to see. Let's take another look at it. Shot against the net. Oh, backhand there.
And a backhander, and it might not have been Charles. It might have been, in fact, it's tough to see it, but like we'll see if we can get the official scoring for now.
Is that Ben Larson?
And it might have been Ben Larson, number 18, but We're going to go with that. So
well, that's what they need, a greasy goal in front. They cut a deficit in half, and here we go.
And you talked about that line. Here comes Regis, but running into his own man was Dylan Thompson, and Thompson had a head of steam there. Meanwhile, coming up with the puck is Gleason. Gleason puts it in, but Lloyd moves it back over, and very quickly over to Owen. Owen moves it back up to center ice, stolen. Thompson bounces off of his stick, back over to Lloyd. Lloyd bounces it off the scorer's box, and coming back in is Andrew Gleason. Gleason gets tied up with his man, and the defenseman, number 7, Aiden Owen, comes in, picks up the puck, back over to Lloyd. Lloyd bounces it off of Price's, and nice play by Aiden Owen as he goes down to his boots, and he deflects that puck. Price down low. Price banks it off the boards, finds Lloyd. Lloyd looks right, but he sends it right back up, and it goes off of Majewski's boot. And a hard check by Price in on Radek, but the puck goes in deep on Valor. Valor trails by a goal with 12:52 remaining in this Halloween contest. Dembeck puts it back into the far side corner. Carter Schick holds his man off, puts it right in front as he was looking for Sean Holloway, the junior. Meanwhile, puck is sent right back up to the point. Here comes Throckmorton, and Price goes down. Here comes Majewski. Majewski, it's Jack Majewski. He's got one man in front of him as he works it back to center. He's got a man on his right-hand side, takes the shot. Throckmorton went down low to make this block it. McCall puts it in on Bussey. Bussey moves it over to the near side corner, and Buchanan lays a lick there as he puts Throckmorton down on his backside. Regis brings it back out with 12:14 remaining in the game. Pick back up, backhand pass. Here's Schick. McCall makes the block, glove down, picked right back up by Valor. No hand pass. Here comes Rollison. Rollison with a man in the middle, guided wide as Pence got a boot on it. Meanwhile, Rollison gets tied up with him. Buchanan with it, sends it back up. It works up the wall, back over to Payos. Payos left-hand side. Kaiser, here's the drive. Rollison right on the target. Bouncing puck. Bussey makes the save.
Big bomb by number 21. Rollison, that's a big 1T. Kid can shoot the puck.
And for Gage Bussey, Bussey comes in, and Bussey's got a .928 save percentage, 2 goals against average in the 7 games that he's played. He has been solid here this evening.
Let me say something about that previous play in the Valor end. Mr. Ryder Price, he goes down, he lays out, Regis shot at the point, Ryder goes down, blocks the shot. That's a big play in a game like this.
Big play. You got to make those sacrifices. And here comes Romero. Romero works it up the wall to Bowers. McCall is able to keep the puck alive and back in. Bentz thinks about it, looks for a lane, and right there, just out the blue line, it's picked off by Payos. Payos sends it back over to McCall, where Kaiser settles in front of Ruth's cage. It's banked hard off the boards. Waiting for it is Payos as Lutz on the forecheck. Payos moves it back over to the far side, back over to Walsh. Walsh centering feed gets tied up, and Lutz comes away with the puck in front of the Regis bench. It's sticked off of him, and Romero sends it back over to the near side. Looking back up is Bentz. His pass is picked off, and here comes Payos. Payos thinks about it. He's got a man on high. Lloyd, that shot got deflected, never got through. Bouncing puck, loose puck right there, continuing to battle right on the side of the cage. Payos can't get to it, and it's scaled hard off the glass.
It's going to be a power play for Regis here. On Valor. It's going to be power play for Valor. I'm sorry.
So Valor gets their 3rd power play of the game. And going to the box this time, I believe, is Bentz. So Bentz goes, and we'll see if this is a costly penalty.
And they go with their 2nd unit again, the Eagles.
Well, I think they deserve it. Yeah. They deserve it. So let's see who's going to take the face-off. On that left-hand dot, here comes Jack Majewski, but the puck is won by Regis, and the net comes off the moorings as bodies tumble. That was Kai Oganiku. And so this face-off now comes outside of the Regis zone. And for Valor, we were talking about the defensemen. Lloyd, McCall, and Kaiser each have 5, 5, and 4 points. They each have 1 goal. The balance of those points come in assists. Let's see if that proves to be a point here. late in this third period with Valor trailing 2-1. Majewski over in the far side corner, tied up there by Williams. Majewski's able to escape, holds it back up, peels off the wall, looks for a man over on the far side, but making a nice play was Gleason, and Gleason is able to clear it the length of the ice. Down at the far side, pocket pick to Sanis on the forecheck, is able to steal the puck from Lloyd. Bouncing puck, Price has it. Price holds off his man, and no interference, although it could have been called on Owen as he was tying up his man. Meanwhile, Price brings it in, forced wide, and he tumbles, and the clearing attempt never got through as Price was able to get a body on it. This time, glove down. Here comes Kaiser. Kaiser's shot over the glove, second opportunity, as Majewski puts it back behind the cage. Picked back up by Price with 56 seconds remaining. Price took one up high, but he fights through it. Price sends it back down low. Jack Majewski with it, looking for Payos back behind it, and it comes back over to Kaiser. Kaiser yields to Lloyd. Lloyd down low, the defenseman right in front. Shot, goal! One-timer! Payos scores a big power play goal, and we got a tie game with 9:21 remaining in this third.
I just want to get that right. The feed came from the right corner from number 2.
Yes, it was Lloyd to Payos.
Carson Lloyd, what a feed.
And Payos gets it from Lloyd. Let's look at it on this replay. And there's Payos, and he sets up, and it just sneaks inside the right post, Mike.
You know, Payos got high on the slot. The D was kind of closer down on the slot into the goalie. He got in the right space and accepted that pass and had time to shoot.
And we were just talking about the role of the defenseman, and it did come up big as Lloyd gets his 5th assist, his 6th assist of the season. 5th, and now he has 6 points. And those defensemen for Valor are playing a big role as they are number 3 through 6 in the scoring stats for Valor. Back to the live action. It's Kaiser. Kaiser looks left as Dembeck watches him. Kaiser loads up a bomb. This one goes off the high glass. Schick tries to get a stick in there. Williams has it. Williams sends it back over to Oganiku, but it goes past his stick, and chasing it down in center ice is McCall. The defenseman with Holloway on him peels away from pressure, moves it back over past Larson, and chasing it down was Oganiku. Oganiku with Larson chasing him. Pivots around the cage, comes back over the near side, moves it back up the left-hand side. Cross-ice feed in front, gets tied up momentarily, and Schick gets upended by Kaiser. Meanwhile, puck is controlled by Valor with 8:21 and counting in the clock. We've got a tie game, 2-2. Kaiser settles things. Fekete takes a turn, and the puck goes off the boards and past Lutz and all the way back down to Bussey. Bussey guides it over to Oganiku. Oganiku on his forehand, looks up ice, and stepping in from the deep position is Owen. Owen works his way in. Owen all the way, takes a shot, but the side of the cage is sealed. Pile up there, and Williams has time. Williams sends a fluttering puck all the way back down to Jace Ruth. Jace Ruth waits as Balatbat was almost ties up Lloyd. Lloyd working his way past, but Balatbat is pesky down there, and it's shoveled right back down by number 36, Hirschfeld. Hirschfeld working off the left wing boards, gets tied up, and stepping in is Throckmorton. Throckmorton momentarily, and chasing it right back down is Glossinger. Glossinger in on Padilla. Padilla peels through, and he picks up a head of steam. He works his way down the right-hand side. Padilla sends one. A shot goes up high and off the back of the cage. Here comes Valor. Valor with Lloyd. Lloyd weaving through center. He's got Majewski on one side, and a man right in the middle as it was Hirschfeld. Couldn't get a stick on it. Puck is banked off hard. Glove down, picked up by Charles. Charles with a matching 12 in on him, and sends it back over to Payos. Payos with Lutz on him. Payos works his way past, drives, almost gets past Throckmorton, but Throckmorton went down and was able to knock the puck away with his boot. Hands off the puck. Here's a shot, right-hand side, save as Charles is denied.
You know, I got to tell you, this is the first Valor game I've seen this year, but this decor is so much better than when my son played here. It just deeper. Like, I'm seeing 5 or 6 guys jump up in the play. They're good in the D zone. I'm just really impressed with this decor overall.
It is awesome to see it. They have been a stalwart for this team. Puck is picked back up. Payos right in front, but he got tied up by Romero. Romero stepped into it. Payos wasn't able to get a pass off. And the puck rolling for an icing call. So with 6:30 remaining, it's 2-2. Valor and Regis.
I knew Jake McCall was a stud, but geez, I'm seeing some really good players out there on the blue line for Valor. I don't know if I can stop. Maybe it's because when my son played here, we weren't.
You watched your son. That was the difference. Now you actually see somebody else out there.
Weren't that deep, but they're just so much deeper. Uh-oh.
Here we go. There's a break. Stepping in is Thompson, but Thompson gets tied up. Sends a back pass. Here comes Valor. Valor Buchanan off of him. Payos tries to streak away. Thompson had a hold of him with a little bit of a stick. Meanwhile, comes back, bounces off of McCall's stick, and chasing him down is Gleason. McCall reverses things, and he's got his D partner Kaiser over on the far side, punched around by Buchanan, and Rollison is there, but it's knocked down by Bentz. Bentz keeps the puck alive, not once but twice for Regis. Now it's stripped off the stick, and it goes the length of the ice. We're coming back to Valor's end with 5:53 remaining in a tie game, 2-2.
This is a lot of fun. Thanks for having me,
It's always good, Mike. You know, I mean,
and I'm not going to say what your real name is on air, right?
we don't talk about that. No, they could look me up in the yearbook here, and they would think I'm biased. Then perhaps there's a clue.
Well, I'm the one wearing a Valor hat right now.
Well, that's why we go with the alias. There's the long pass. It's another icing call. This one on Lloyd.
You know, that's a tough play right there. I don't understand why you're icing the puck right there. Second straight icing when you got to make a play. You had time and space on the left wing. You got to skate the puck, and if nothing else, dump it in. But that was a bad ice. I hope it doesn't come back to haunt the Eagles here.
And so for Regis, we've got Holloway out there. He is the leading scorer for Regis. He's got 8 points, 3 goals, and 5 assists. And he's out there with Carter Schick. Schick has 4 goals, and Dembeck has 4 goals as well. So, and for Coach Dan Woodley, I talked to him before the game, and he said, you know what? We just roll lines. We're going to roll lines. And in this early season, we're trying to figure out what we've got and who can play together. Here comes Radek off the faceoff.
That's why he's such a good coach.
He really is. Here's Fekete, and Fekete picks it up with one hand. He's got Larson ahead of him. Larson holds up as Fekete weaves through center, picks it back up, and a late whistle. And I thought he stayed on sides, but
I'm going to disagree with you there. I think that's a good call.
He had a better view than I did, and we're right on top of it.
It just goes to show you, don't stick handle on the offensive blue line. Get it in there and then do your thing.
Well, the linesman isn't calling the game either, okay? So I got a few other things on my mind. Here comes Fekete. He lines up versus Radek. Radek's got Filler on one side. And again, wouldn't that be something if Jake Filler can get a second goal and maybe the game winner for his grandmother in Australia watching this game on Shaw Hockey. Here comes Radek. Radek with Fekete on his backside. Over on the far side, Williams sweeps it back up, and it's punched back into the corner. It rides the shelf, settled down by Regis and not cleared. Fekete's there, takes the shot, loose puck right in front. Second opportunity, never got through for Charles. Puck in the corner, and Charles continues to battle. He puts one right through the goal crease, and Regis is able to get to it. And a nice little head fake there to draw the man off, and Regis is able to clear the puck back out to center. Puck over on the left-hand side. This one is hoisted in up and over Bussey's cage. Valor making a line change, and Regis has time to draw it out with 4:36 remaining in this third period. Kaiser looking for Rollison through the middle. Play read nicely by Lutz, and Lutz takes a snapshot, and it's taken out of the air by Jace Ruth.
Good snapshot by that kid, number 4, Lutz.
He did a nice job as he used the defenseman as a screen, and here we get to see it from Ruth's view, and you don't see much, and that puck comes through.
That's a good save. It was pegged.
Blackbap take this face-off going up against Payos. And every face-off now counts. 4:28 remaining in this third period tie game. Blackbat's got Lutz in the slot. And he's got Throckmorton up high, but Payos wins this one and chasing it back and moving it up against the boards as Rollison's able to chip it back over to Payos. Payos guides it in, and Padilla's there. Padilla loses an edge, not before he's able to clear the puck. Puck is punched back over. Rollison picks it out of his skates, moves it back up to Payos, but Payos was just offsides.
Do we play overtime in this league?
You know, Mike, one of the veteran broadcasting moves that you do is you never ask that question if you don't know the answer.
Well, this is the first time I've ever been an analyst.
And I don't know the answer.
I've done interviews between periods.
So no shootout,
no.
And our cameraman and producer and spotter, let's see if our spotter says anything. No. Bentz doesn't think so. We're not in the Twisted Wrister tournament. Here we go with 3:59 remaining. Bringing it in is Blattback. Blattback's shot just misses the top of the cage as he had Jace moving over to one side. And Ruth, puck comes back over to the near side half boards, and Regis keeps it in. Nice play there as Gleason has it. Stick check all alone and a big save. And Ruth is looking behind him saying, where is that puck? He made a huge save in on number 10. That was Andrew Gleason. With 3:29 remaining, Gleason calls for it again. This time Bowers brings it in, back over to Gleason. Gleason holds it up there, cross ice feed. Here's the shot, and the save is made as a pile up in front. And tempers flare here in this Halloween game.
What an opportunity by the Regis Raiders. That was something else. That was that Gleason. Here we go on the replay.
And on this shot, this was the second. This was the shot that we just called here.
Yeah, the previous one, I really liked how Ruth followed the puck across the crease. He didn't do that on Regis' second goal, but on this play, he really followed the puck and was quick and was in position to make that save.
Sanis has Gleason out there along with Thompson. Thompson up against the wall. Sanis will take the faceoff. Fekete digs down. Fekete wins another one back down, and it's scaled hard off the glass and off of Benz's stick. And here comes Larson. Larson's with the puck. He had a man right in the middle. Charles takes a swat at it, but Bussey goes down. He's solid. And Bussey makes that save and keeps it a 2-goal game with 3:10 remaining in this third and final period.
Good goal, a good play by Regis's defenseman. I can't pronounce his name, but he's number 2.
Oganiku and Fekete off the face-off. The puck is on the dot, chipped up, but not out, as Fekete is able to keeps working, puts it back down in the corner. Oganiku comes around the net and holds his man off, and he's able to send it back up ice. Headman pass over to Sanis. Sanis works his way past one. Sanis still controls, and a toe save is made by Ruth. Puck comes back up to the left-hand side. Oganiku, a fluttering shot, and fighting for it down low was Andrew Gleason.
Regis is coming on here late. They've allowed the last 2 goals of the game, but they're coming on here.
And with 2:42 remaining in this third and final period, we have a face-off to the right of Jace Ruth. Payos going up against Dembeck. Dembeck's got Holloway out there along with Carter Schick. And up high is Padilla. And off the faceoff, controlled by Lloyd. Lloyd circling around the cage. Fans on it momentarily. Picked back up. And the puck is headmanned over to Rollison. Rollison over to Payos. But Payos tumbled. He thought he got back up. And you can see the skid marks on the ice from Payos' tumble.
Payos isn't happy about that because he was pushing in the zone from the back. Little cross check or whatever he got from the back that pushed him offside.
And
he's still talking about it.
And this is a senior line versus a junior line. The senior line belonging to Valor, the junior line to Regis. Back behind the cage, working it back up is Owen. Owen moves it back over, and here comes Payos, 2-on-1. Payos driven wide. Payos guides it back over. Shot, goal! Buchanan, 3-2. 2:16 remaining.
Mr. Buchanan. I know the family well. I couldn't be more happy for him.
And here's Payos, and look at how Payos holds his man off, and Buchanan scores with Dembeck on his backside. Buchanan gets the goal, and you can see it on the replay. Buchanan didn't have a lot of room, but he made the most of it. as he comes in, puts the stick down, and puts it over to the stick side of Bussey.
Great vision by Payos. Good rush to the net by Buchanan. Just a good goal, and just a skilled goal. And I still come back to Evan Payos. I mean, he's just a difference maker out there in so many areas, even in the neutral zone and the D zone. He's just he's a big difference.
Well, he's got an assist and a goal, and he has 2 assists here. Or he has an assist and a goal here in this third period. 1:53 remaining in this third period. Valor leads 3-2. Regis needs it right now.
I wonder if Blake Buchanan is listening to us right now. Blake, if you're listening, send me a text.
I think Blake is enjoying Halloween wherever he is. Here comes Jack Majewski, and off the faceoff, McCall has it, squares up, takes the shot, a bouncer loose in the slot area, and it's punched over to the sideboards. Back over to McCall, he tees this one up. Bussey sees it and gloves it out of the air. And so there you see it from the replay, and a little action right in front, and Oganiku ties up his man, and Bussey, moving from right to left, makes a nice save. Here we go, 1:43 remaining. Again, picked up by Price. Chops at one, goes through the slot area. Sharp angle shot, and that was by Kaiser. Continuing to battle is Majewski, but the puck is stripped off his stick and moved up the wall. But only momentarily. Lutz is there. Lutz comes away with it. Centering feed, and Lutz follows number 22, Bowers. Bowers, shoulder check, takes one from Price, and bodies tumble. Meanwhile, McCall's got it. Back over to left-hand side. Majewski sidesteps Padilla. Back over to McCall. Right in front. Shot save as Owen Walsh was on the doorstep. And Bussey keeps it a 1-goal game with 1:12 remaining.
I think that's why Jake McCall is an all-state defenseman. Look at him on the rush here. He comes down, he makes that dish in traffic. A near goal. My son couldn't do that. Jake McCall could. He's a good offensive D as he's good in all areas.
Padilla sweeps it corner to corner. Over on the far side is Gleason. Gleason, headman pass, is a bit too far as it was punched back by Owen. Payos keeps the feet moving. Meanwhile, Padilla challenges and matches number 9. Sends it back up high. Owens punches it, and it goes up and into the netting. Whistle there. Faceoff will come outside of the Regis zone with 54 seconds remaining. So for Regis, you look at your top line, Holloway, Dembeck, and Schick. They're the top scorers. But again, I don't know that Dan Woodley wants to get everybody some time. He's got Sanis, Thompson, and Gleason out there. Puck is picked back up by the senior Padilla. Padilla, the co-captain, sends it off, bank pass off the boards to center ice, picked back up by Owen through Rollison's wickets, and meanwhile Padilla moves it back over to the right-hand side. Williams, headman pass up through center. Gleason tips it past Lloyd. Lloyd gives chase into the corner, tries to draw it back in up on the high side, and Gleason comes away with the puck.
Net.
Nifty move, empty net here as Thompson is back on the ice. Meanwhile, chasing for it there is Padilla, and Padilla calmly moves it back over to his D partner past Thompson, and the shot just whistles wide. So with 18 seconds remaining, Padilla heads up ice. Padilla, watched by Rollison, looks for a lane, and he reverses, comes back down the left-hand side. Padilla draws it in, leaves it there, and it's held up. Sanis took that shot. Meanwhile, right in front, and the shot by Gleason. Another opportunity for Gleason as the buzzer sounds. Final score, Valor 3, Regis 2 on 3 third-period goals.
Well, that was fun.
That was worth it. That was a great Halloween game, and Regis fought hard. They had a 2-goal lead early as Jake Filler got the first goal. Dembeck gets a power play goal, and then Valor comes back big in the third period with, we believe, Larson, maybe not. Payos gets one, and Buchanan from Payos with 2:14 remaining in this game. Mike, final thoughts here.
Well, a team's best player steps up in a game like this against a rival, and Evan Payos definitely did that. He's an unbelievable high school hockey player. But I felt all along that even after trailing 2-0, Valor just needed a dirty goal, and that's basically how they got on the board. And then after that, it was Payos and Payos. He's a very skilled kid, and I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed with both teams. And as you said earlier, that Dan Woodley is not shortening his bench. He's playing everybody. Valor is doing the same, and that's the beauty about the Fall League. That's what you do, and then you see what you got for the Chasta season. Love it.
And, you know, Mike, we have to give some credit to the Valor coaching. They're without George Gwozdecki. Adrian Wiedemann wasn't on the bench tonight, and Max Starr stepped up, and he was the head coach tonight out of Missouri, and Ian Glupker was there. Dylan Wheeler was on the bench. And we also had Brent Glossinger, and he did a great job out there. So
I was talking to Brent before the game. I assume Anders is his boy?
It is.
Oh, Anders
yes.
is one of the most important figures that my son had in Valor. I love that man. Love that man.
So,
what a great man.
And he is, for those of you wondering, he's the team chaplain. So nice to have him on the bench here. So a couple of faith-based schools, and we're always glad to call these games. So, Mike, final score 3-2. I hope you're going to join us here for some more high school hockey as the season progresses. And isn't that a treat, having the Denver Post Avalanche and DU Pioneers beat writer on the telecast?
Well, I'm a writer. This is the first time that I've been a TV analyst for a hockey game, but I loved every second of it. And I'd love to do it again. Thank you.
We'll for sure do it again. Final score 3-2, and special thanks to Shaw Hockey Productions. Mike and Suzanne Shaw bring all the action to you, so thank you very much for watching. From the Ice Ranch, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your Halloween. This is Manny Furtado for Shaw Hockey Productions. Final score 3-2, Valor over Regis.